So this is just sort of a rundown of how I played a Mighty Fortress. I'm using just a tiny bit of reverb and delay both. So the delay sounds like this. Really barely there. You can barely hear it when the reverb is on as well. Reverb sounds like this. And then together they sound like that. Using a tiny bit of compression, but nothing to note too much. And then just super clean through the amp. Really just want a really clean tone for this piece. Yeah, so jump in. We take pointer finger on the 12th fret of the D string, ring finger on the 14th fret of the G string, and then pinky on the 14th fret of the E string. So then it just goes D, G, E, like that. And then slide up, and you'll put your pointer finger on the 14th fret of the G string, your middle finger on the 16th fret of the D string, and then pinky on the 17th fret of the E string. So then it's D, G, E, G. So, and then slide down with the pointer finger on the G string, ring finger or middle finger on the D string, and then D, G. So together it'll sound like this. And that takes you into the chord progression at measure 21, I believe it is. Yeah, 21. So what I did for that portion is I just rolled the volume back a little bit. So I'm at full volume right now. Probably just roll it back to maybe 75%. Just because otherwise it gets super overwhelming and super heavy in the bass. And you just kind of want to be, it's not the focal point at that point. And then that goes until measure 37 is the next time there's a part. So you'll take, I use pointer finger on the check that. Yeah. Pointer finger on the 9th fret of the G string, and then you do the harmonic on the 12th fret. So sounds like that. So you do that twice, and then that jumps into the next little lick, which is on the B string. So you can really use whatever finger you want for that. I use my middle finger. So hit the B string on the 10th fret. Go slide up to the 12th. Hit the 12, go up to the 14th. So it sounds like this. And then you do the harmonic. And then the next bit, I use my ring finger on the 12th fret. So 12 on the E string, 10 on the B string, slide up to the 12th. And then you do the harmonic with the note on the 9th fret there, that time. So then that repeats again, alternating back and forth between those two until about measure 56, and then there's 4 measures of rest, and then So then the next part is measure 60. And this part's really tricky to get in time with the choir when you're doing it, but you'll kind of hear when it's supposed to come in. So that goes like this. If I don't mess it up. So you have 12, your whatever finger you want on the 12th fret of the E string. So then you do pointer finger on the B string on the 10th fret. So hit it twice. Back slide up to the 12, back down to the 10, and then G string, go to measure 11, and then measure 9. So together it sounds like this. And then that takes care of that that only happens once. You come in on the word Christ, if that helps. And then the next portion starts at measure 64. And you do... So you'll start the very first measure on measure 64. So you do take your pointer finger on the 10th fret of the B string, and then ring finger on the 13th fret of the G string, and your middle finger on the 12th fret of the D string. So it goes, and then you go up to so it does this. So then you take your pinky and reach up to the 14th fret on the D string then. And then you're in that position for a while. And then you do the harmonic. So that's that. And then it goes into another chord section at measure 73. I used bar chords. And it's the D, the F sharp minor, and the E sus4. So so you've got the D on the 5th fret, and then F sharp minor on the 9th fret, E sus on the 7th fret. And that helps it not sound so heavy. If you played it down here, it would be... And it just sounds better if you play it up higher. So that'll take you up to measure 91, and then you do the progression. And then at measure 99, you do the chords again. 4 times. Don't forget to count, because I didn't do that a lot. And then at measure 107, or measure 108, you have the harmonics again. So just hold the harmonic. I actually didn't play the second harmonic because I found it too hard to transition from this back to that without taking a pause. So the piano covered it when we did it. Yeah. And then that takes you to the end of the song. So play the harmonic once, and then get the shape for the back to the beginning progression again. So there it is. And then that's the end. I mean, do whatever your director tells you, but really like milk that at the end. Don't cut it off. Just let it hang out there for as long as you can. And then sort of let it go. But yeah, hope that's helpful.